Hello YouTube family, it's the Bullock family here again. Here with Eat and Chill actually today.
Yes.
So we want to eat, we want to chill, and we want to talk.
That's right.
It's our first time, so bear with us.
Well, we did the mukbang before.
Mukbang.
But this is, I guess, mukbang. There you go.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so we like eating brunch often.
Yes.
So as you can see, we have breakfast food before your eyes.
So I'm going to show you what we got.
Yeah.
My wife prepared some lovely bacon. You guys can see that. Lovely bacon.
And my husband prepared some lovely
cheesy eggs.
Cheesy eggs.
And also my wife prepared these home fries.
Yes, Ava, she's already digging in, as you can see.
Yeah, she don't wait for nobody.
And then we have this special sauce from the Crafty Crab.
Crafty Crab, yep.
Yeah, to dip our potatoes if we choose to do so. Yeah, you think we can see?
Yeah, that's better. Yep.
There we go. All right, so we've shown everything, so I guess we should maybe move it out the way a little bit.
Yeah, we can, so we can actually eat properly.
Yes. But yeah, so the topic today, marriage, right?
Yes, marriage. Staying married, avoiding divorce.
Yes.
And the ups and downs
of marriage. Oh, also too, we neglected to mention we have these custom bottles here. Per usual, my mommy made these. So I think, did she get these for us for Easter? Because I know she did some custom made ones for all the children too.
Your mom gets us stuff all the time. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a holiday. So
exactly. But yeah, so this one, it says my name, Desiree Bullock, and then it has my date of birth on there.
Also mine as well, Willie Bullock, my date of birth. As you can tell, we were pretty close in birthday.
Yes, minus the year, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, the love month, February.
That's right.
So.
All right.
Here's your plate, sweetie.
Thank you. And on my plate, I already put some jelly. Comment down below if you like eating jelly with your brunch. I love it. It's a habit. I definitely learned it from my mother and father. It's very, very southern type of idea here.
Right.
She's got some of that. Would you want some water, Boopy? Aww.
Maybe.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess I can grab a few pieces of bacon. Let's take a couple.
Alright. So while we're doing this,
that's good.
Staying married.
That's right. The importance of it, right?
The importance of staying married.
Well, marriage was ordained by God.
Yes, it was.
He knows that two truly is better than one.
It's not good for man to be alone.
That's right.
Talking to all the fellas out there. It's not good.
Yeah, you need that helpmate right there.
If you leave us to our own devices. Enough said.
Yeah.
And
you want a few potatoes too?
I would take a few actually.
Ava, she's over here helping herself. Ava, you got some on your plate too, Boopy.
Just get a few of those.
Alright. It's already blessed?
It's already blessed.
Okay. Make my phone quickly.
Sure.
I just want to start that. The importance of marriage. Like you said, it's ordained by God. So
it is. So why is it important? It's important to stay married. Well, you made a commitment and a vow to God. You know, if it wasn't important, you wouldn't have said I do. You wouldn't have said for better or worse. You wouldn't have said sickness and health, rich or poor. It's important. You gotta stay married. You gotta stay married. Why get married if you're not going to stay married?
That's why, and there you go. That's a good thing right there. Why get married? So you might want to rethink that if you're not ready to be truly committed.
Yeah, if you're not sure, then you should definitely do a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking, and a lot of prayer before you make that step. Because you're deciding, you got to think of what you're committing to. You're committing your life to one another.
Okay.
So it's important to know what you're getting yourself into.
And this is some Gatorade in here too.
Yes.
Little electrolytes.
It's hot.
It is. You might need that. But yeah. This might almost be like a mukbang.
Pretty much.
What, you want some eggs? Let's see. Want some eggs? You don't want any eggs?
Well, we gonna get some eggs.
You sure? They're cheesy.
Go here. Right here.
Thank you, love.
So a little bit about avoiding divorce.
Mm-hmm. That's good, babe.
That's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me get me some real quick. So, avoiding divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in any relationship, you get what you put out.
Mm-hmm.
Avoiding divorce. To avoid it, I believe two must become one. And not just become one. You have to be there for each other. In the low times and the high times, you have to be there.
That's right. Sickness and health.
I think when we get selfish sometimes and think about ourselves, I think that's where you start to see a roadmap to divorce. Communication. Consideration. Thinking about each other. Caring about each other. Showing that you care. Telling them that you care.
That's right.
Not just saying I love you, but showing them that you love them.
Yeah, and that's a good point. So the love languages, knowing your spouse's love languages. Some people like what? Words of affection.
Right.
Some people like for you to do things for them. They put the action forth, like my husband is stating. And some people like, what is that? Random acts. Well, no, not necessarily random acts of kindness, but there's a couple of them.
There's a few.
Mm-hmm. But for us, what would you say our love languages are for one another? Like to receive it and to give it.
I think for me, I like to see it more than I like to hear it. So I would say the action for me. Love is the action part.
That's right.
And I think my wife loves to hear it as well as...
I love both. I'm a combination of both, yeah.
She likes both, so...
I like to give it too. Like, I want him to know that I love him by what I put forth. So, yeah.
Affection, that's definitely you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's me too. I like affection.
He loves affection.
To be honest.
Yeah.
We've always been affectionate.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of our base.
Yeah.
I think affection can be in more than just physical.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can be affectionate in your emotion, showing emotion. You can be affectionate in
intimacy. And intimacy doesn't mean always sex or making love to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Like having conversations, like sitting down and, asking like, how was your day, babe? Or how are you doing? Or what's on your mind? What's your thoughts,
Right.
So, yeah, that's a lot of it. Because if you can really connect with someone's soul, like we always say, like we're soulmates, then you really can connect in any way. So everything will just be in alignment with that.
This is very true.
Yeah.
She's drinking up all your Gatorade there.
Yeah, she really doesn't. I wanted to switch it out and give her fruit juice, but...
Do you want me to?
Nah, she's okay. She's content right now, so I'm gonna kind of run with it. But you said about how you can avoid divorce.
Mm-hmm. These are all just the tips here.
Yeah, just don't speak it
Pay
into
attention.
your marriage.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Words have power.
Mm-hmm.
So, first remember, it comes from your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You let it play, it'll come out your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's in the heart will come out the mouth. You have to be careful when you speak. That's why you can't trust what's in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
God knows your heart, but you can't trust it because your heart will say a whole bunch of foolishness.
That's right.
But in your spirit, that's the thing to keep you in line.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, but you really have to watch it. That's what you say. If you...
And do.
You can speak success into your marriage. You can also speak a failure into your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make no sense for you to continue to call your spouse whatever it is that you don't want. You're calling them what it is. Call them what you see, what you foresee, what you want. You got to speak by faith.
Mm-hmm.
So it can manifest. And sometimes you have to be the example to the other person.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
Sometimes they have to see it to believe it, see it to receive it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there when it comes to your spouse. Don't be afraid. also want to talk about the ups and downs in marriage.
That's right. With any great thing, you're going to have ups and downs. Because you have to think about it. You're two individuals first, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're coming together as one.
As one.
All of you have different personalities, different traits. You have your different viewpoints, the way that you see things. You may process things different than I process things. And I'm not going to necessarily make this a whole gender-specific thing, because I know a lot of people that say, oh, well, men don't like to talk, or men don't like... I can't say that for my husband. He actually loves to talk. So communicating with him, I will honestly say, is very easy to do. You do have some spouses who don't want to sit down and communicate, or one person might want to be heard and the other person just sits there like, you know, does my opinion even matter? So at the end of the day, you do have to realize that you are two individuals. Mm-hmm. You have your own mindset. You have your own way of processing things. So you have to be respectful for one another's opinions, because, like I said, he might see things different than I do. And sometimes it's not like always like who's right or who's wrong. It's just trying to come to an understanding, an agreement. That way that you're in alignment with one another and that you're not fighting against one another, because right. You can easily do that. And that's where the ups and downs can come in right there. Like some people, you know, they have their own opinions and they might want to be argumentative. But when you're married, you have to understand that you're with that person for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. In totality. So if you don't want negativity and all that, you have to work around, you know, those glitches and those, you know, them bumps in the roads, and just, you know, smooth it on out. And all that happens when you communicate, when you talk about it, when you have that conversation and really express how you feel about something. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
It kind of made me think about being there for your spouse. Mm-hmm. Not just like being there as far as like defending your spouse, mm-hmm. as far as like when you have outer people trying to say what they want to say about them, defending them, yes, but also being there in the downs.
That's right.
Being there when they're feeling like no one's there for them, like no one understands them, no one this, no one that. Mm-hmm. That's the most critical time. You can decide to be in your feelings, and I credit myself sometimes because, like my wife said, we understand things a little bit differently.
Absolutely. It's
so
natural.
For me, I can show emotion too, but then I have my withdrawals too. So then I have to be understanding that, okay, maybe because I'm not understanding it the way she is, but she's understanding the way she is, maybe I need to open my mind to how she's understanding what she's understanding. I have to have an open mind.
You have to be open-minded.
You have to be open-minded in marriage.
Absolutely.
You have to, because it's two people.
Exactly.
Y'all individuals, like my wife said. Mm-hmm. She's going to believe what she believes. I'm going to believe what I believe. I'm going to feel how I'm going to feel. She's going to feel how she feels.
That's right.
But you have to respect what each other feel, what each other believe, what each other, all of that. You got to respect it. And out of respect, you can learn to be willing to have an open mind to understand one another. Yep. If I said that right.
No, that makes perfect sense, because you don't want the other person suffering. There's some people who are more passive than others, and there's some people who's downright, you know, in your face. I will say the type of person I am, I'm not passive at all. So if I feel a certain way about something, or I talk about something and I'm passionate about it, yes, you will know about it. And for me, I can respect that, because I just can't deal with someone who is just so easy to commit to something when deep down in your heart, you don't even want to commit to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have your own opinion. You shouldn't be fearful to share that opinion with anyone. I don't think it's right at all. Mm-hmm. But you still don't want to make the other person suffer. Like, for example, say babe is just like, you know, babe, I don't really agree with this. And at the time, maybe I don't really understand why he's not agreeing with it. I still have to get down to the level to understand where he's coming from. I can't just say, oh, well, this is the way that it has to go. And no, you're going to make your spouse suffer. And you don't want to ever feel like it's just you in the marriage anyway. I know some people are controlling and they like that type of stuff, but I like for him to have his own opinion and for him to stand up and say, you know what, this is not right. This is not the way that it's going to be.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I can appreciate that.
Before I got with Desiree, I met her a long time ago, but before we were together, I didn't really stand up as much as as much as I probably should have. Mm-hmm. Desiree has taught me to have a voice, taught me to stand up for what I believe in, be passionate about it. And sometimes we might butt heads because I'm being passionate about what I'm believing.
But that's okay. That's expected.
But at the end of the day, we should come to a mutual understanding and agreement that this is how you feel, this is how I feel. We have to come to a communication level. You can't just go to bed like this. You can't go to sleep like this. Now, I've been guilty because my body's tired. But at the end of the day...
But that's understandable.
Before I get up to work, I make sure that we start fresh. I make sure that we're good. It's not good to fester things and leave it. So, before I leave this house, I'm speaking to my wife. I'm making sure we're straight. I'll send her a good morning text, as Queen Nigel would say. A good morning text. She gets those every morning.
I do. And we're not courting or dating. We're married. So another thing, the same stuff that you did to get her the first time, or the same stuff you did to get him, the first time, make sure you keep that continuous in your relationship, because nobody likes that shaky stuff where, oh yeah, I got you now. I don't have to put forth the effort. No. Let me tell you, marriage is work. So you're going to have to continue to put forth that effort. That means taking your loved one out on dates, doing special things, saying sweet nothings or whatever. You have to continue to keep doing that and keep that flame burning and keep it going. So yes, I do get my good morning texts, and I do not take that for granted. And I thank God that it's continuing, even though we are married. 3 years of marriage, and it's still happening, guys.
And the cool thing is that, thanks for that, but the cool thing about that is we never change that. We still make each other feel special. We still invest that chivalry. We still invest that romance. She didn't have to tell me. I didn't have to tell her.
That's right.
We know what it is.
Yes. Best friends, right? That's important in your marriage. Make sure that you're best friends first.
Yeah.
That's imperative.
Speaking of friendship and marriage, I want to also say that there are many titles, there are many roles and responsibilities in marriage. Friends is one of them. Being a lover, a life partner, soulmate, being a business partner. You have a lot of roles in marriage. But the crazy thing is sometimes it's hard to balance it all.
It can be, yeah.
And where one is prospering, another can lack. But you have to have check-ins on each one. You have to have check-ins on your love, check-in on your friendship, check-in on your business part. That deals with finances. You have to communicate. Men, I'm telling you, you have to communicate with your wife as far as finances. Communicate. If it's hard, if we can't do it, if we can do it, communicate.
That's why we're helpmates.
That's why they're there.
We're able to help with those things.
I've learned the hard way, like a knucklehead, but...
Or vice versa.
At the end of the day...
Men could be stronger in finances, too.
We can,
it depends.
But not this man. I'm okay. I do good.
But you just got to give yourself a little bit more credit.
I do better with my wife. And my wife is a great coach when it comes to finances. She knows money. She knows how to save.
You know numbers, though.
I know numbers.
You know
she
numbers.
knows money. That's why we work. That's why we work good.
That's why we work, yeah. See how that's a collaboration. That's what marriage is. It's a collaboration. You guys should be able to collaborate with one another. Like you said, I might be a little stronger when it comes down to expenses and spending on this or spending on that. He's a lot stronger when it comes down to like mathematical equations and stuff. So, hey, it works for us. So.
And I love math.
He does. I, on the other hand, I do not. I'm more of like English lit and all that type of stuff. But I know numbers when I have to know numbers.
You do well.
It depends.
You do well. I just can do crazy equations. That's all it is.
Like off the top of the dome.
Off the top of my head.
I ask him, like, he's my human calculator. Babe, what is what? And he'll just say, there we go. Yep, don't even need a calculator. I know he's got it, so. That's pretty cool, too, by the way.
So. But don't get me wrong. As much as there are downs, there's also ups in marriage.
That's right.
There are times where you might feel like a friend, you might be a friend. There are times where you might not be a friend. There are times where you might be loving. Let me clean that. There are times you might not be loving. There are times where you don't even want to talk to the person. There are times where you want to talk all about your day. I mean, there's ups and downs.
There's seasons.
Yeah,
seasons
and
in
sometimes
life.
seasons change during the day.
That's right.
So, you know, but at the end of the day, there's typically, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but there's typically more ups than downs.
Right.
The problem is we focus on downs and make it seem like downs are overpowering the ups. There's typically, I'm not going to say with everybody, but if you really look at everything, count your blessings, A, B, C, there are more ups than downs. You just have to validate them as ups.
Yeah, I think as humans, though, not to cut you off, but I think as humans, though, we tend to sometimes focus on the negative. Naturally, by choice. Yeah, like you said, by nature. But like you said, if you really, really look at it and you look around you and you just see how blessed you truly are, you'd be like, you know what? Why am I even like focusing on this negative stuff when I have so much positivity around me? Like you have, you know, your love from your husband, you got your beautiful daughter, you got your mother, your father, your sister, your brothers. Like you're just so blessed. That's what I look at. Like I'm extremely blessed. Like I came out of family of love, so. And they're still here constantly. And I'm 33 years old, guys. So I'm not getting any younger. But their love has not changed. So if you really look at those things,
it's a blessing.
It is a blessing. So you have a lot to be appreciative because there's a lot of people who don't have families. Or some people don't even know who their mother or father is. So it's a blessing. So like my husband said, if you really, really take the time to really look all around you and really think about it, there's so much more positivity. Even in your marriage as well. Because we could have like serious problems, like my husband said in one of our other videos, like we don't even face those issues like infidelity, you know, cheating on your spouse and silly things like that. We don't have that, so we are blessed. We don't have that.
I don't have the taste.
Yeah.
I don't.
What's the reason for it?
You see, if I had any kind of taste, it would have been before
getting married.
It would have been before considering marriage. It would have been before dating. You work all of that stuff out. I think honestly, I can't speak for everybody, but I say as a man, to go from boyhood to manhood is really a feat or feature, as they say, for men to give a woman all of their trust. Like build that trust. The best thing you give a woman is trust.
Oh yes,
I know for me,
that's important to me. I
made sure, and Desiree knows because I like I said before in another video, I ghosted her for a few months. But I wanted to make sure that when I was coming to her correct, it was correct. Make sure, search myself, make sure there's nothing in me, nothing in my mind, nothing in my spirit, anything that can come between this love that I'm developing, that's being developed and being nourished in my spirit for Desiree. You know? So, it's important to fight. For all the men out there, take care of all those issues of cheating and lusting and
don't bring that in your marriage.
Other
it's
women
not fair.
And all of that stuff that we do when we're boys, looking at other women and stuff like that. All the stuff we do when we're boys. When you come into marriage, you're becoming you're a man. You got to be a man. You can't be a boy in a marriage. You have to get all of that stuff out of you. Yeah. So that's what I advise. All men, if you're considering marriage, get it out.
That's right.
Make sure it's out, so it can't sneak up.
That's right. Because it's not fair to the other person at all.
Right, and that's why we don't have those issues because I dealt with that before I got married. I dealt with that before when we were dating. I dealt with all that stuff. Even leading up to marriage, there were some issues that I was having that Desiree pointed out. She was sharpening me. It's iron sharpen iron. And those issues, which is not infidelity, but other things, like with my emotions and stuff, she helped me to understand them better. So now I'm a better man for her. It's part of you being a helpmate.
That's right. Yeah. But you have to be able to be accepting of those things because some people don't receive it. So I just thank God that he was receptive to it. And the same with me as well. I didn't have everything all together either. So I don't want you all to think that I'm perfect here because there's no perfection at all. Over here. So we did help one another in all aspects. And that is why I am an advocate of marriage. I'm an advocate of being with, your special someone. But also, too, the flip side of that, I don't encourage individuals who are not ready for that. Because you are setting yourself up for failure ultimately. So at the end of the day, you have to truly believe that that person is truly made for you, literally sent by God, and that's your soulmate. And thank God we have that with one another.
If you have to guess,
yeah.
If you have to guess, if you have to say I don't know in any part of you about a person, about marrying them, it's probably not a good idea.
That's right.
To go forward.
That's right.
Because I know for us, when we got to that altar, that morning, there was no shaking and walking around and contemplating. There was none of that stuff. I knew what I was going to say. She knew what she was going to say. I wasn't second guessing nothing. I went straight for it. Right. I know what it is. You got to know that you know.
Yep, that's right.
Because people ask, how do you know it's the one?
You just know, like I said.
I mean, and it's crazy that they say you just know. Because when I asked the question when I was single, every person I asked, even the old couple, they were like in their 90s or something, came to Old Country Buffet when I was working there. They said, you just know. Everyone says that.
Because it's truthful.
It's
within your
true.
very depths of your soul and your
You'll
spirit.
know. You'll know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to best explain it. I just knew.
Yeah.
She knew.
I did. I would have to, because that's the only reason why I'm married. I mean, there's no other reason why. And I would have never got married if I was not sure. If I was like thinking and contemplating, like I don't know if I want to marry this guy. Trust and believe, Desiree Michelle DeShields would not be married. I'm bulllocked now, but yeah, I would not be married. Put it that way. I
knew I wasn't gonna marry nobody I wasn't sure about. I wasn't doing it. So.
Mommy. Yes, baby. Well,
I think that
was good.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed our talk, and this is just a little chit chat that we had. Please make sure that you comment down below if you have any questions or concerns about anything that we discussed, or if you want us to elaborate on it a little bit more, or if you have suggestions of different things that you'd like to see. So just let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. We are, in fact, on Instagram as Willie and Desiree. And like hubby said, we are, in fact, on Twitter, Willie and Desiree. So you should be able to find us quite easily. And if you're already here, make sure that you subscribe, that you like this video, and that you join the family. Oh, yeah, and turn that notification bell on, too, because that way you'll know.
Because actually, one of our subscribers that I work with, he said, I didn't know you posted. So, because you have to select the notification thing. So, when you subscribe, there's an option for off, then there's a bell in the middle, then there's a bell at the top with the ringing bell. Yeah. That dark bell with the ringing, you have to select that. Because then it'll come to your phone. I think you may get, don't quote me on it, but you might get an email if it's the other way around. But make sure you put all notifications on.
Yeah, you'll get the alert for the notification for sure on your YouTube, so.
Right.
It shouldn't be an issue, but like hubby said, make sure that you check it off. Unless you're like one of those people like me that actually is like into different stuff where I like actually look for it. But if you're not like that, then I would say go ahead and click that notification bell. It makes it just easy and it just simplifies everything.
All right, so that's everything.
That's everything.
Hope you enjoyed our first Eat and Chill. Let us know if you like the Eat and Chill. We can do more like it.
Exactly.
We love to cook and eat, so.
Yeah, and comment with us. Like, I like chatting with people and stuff.
I love it when y'all comment.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And also, too, thank you for all the encouraging words that we've received, too, from you guys.
Absolutely. You guys are awesome.
And our new subscribers as well. So welcome to the family. And we look forward to growing this channel more and more and just being a blessing to everyone.
All right. That's beautifully put. Thank you.
You want to say thank you?
No.
All right. God bless you guys.
God bless you. Much love.